Everybody, every gurus and his mommy on YouTube are saying treat trading like a business, treat trading like a business, treat trading like a business. But none of them show you exactly how to treat trading like a business. They're all there. Oh, trading must be a business. You need to treat it like a business. How, nigga? How, nigga? If you talk about treating trading like a business, right? Like you you say trading must be equal to a business. What is the number one component of a business? Like the number one component of a business is processes. Processes. You need to know the whole journey before even you start a business. You need to know the whole journey that you need to have a successful business. I mean, profitable business. I'm not talking about you going in a market, taking a table and placing some tomatoes on it and start selling cheap tomatoes on it, right? On a street market. No, I'm not talking about that type of business. Yes, tomato business can be tomato selling, like retail selling of tomato can have some psychology, but a real business has a huge psychology because there is a lot of there is a there's a chain there's a chain process for a real business. Let us say, for example, that you just open a beauty salon, right? A manicure beauty salon, like a nail salon, right? A nail salon that you want to put some. You are a nail tech or a nail salon owner. So you are treating women hand nails, doing some manicure, pedicure. And the first thing that you will need as a nail salon, you will need traffic. The number one first thing that you need traffic. You can need traffic from online sources like Facebook ads, Instagram, TikTok, Google, right? The second place would be physical emplacement of your nail salon, like a physical geographical placement, right? That also attract the traffic. And the last thing will be a list of contact, maybe your friend or a friend. So that will be the first thing. The second thing will be you actually selling those services. You need to sell services, right? You need to sell the service. But what you sell is not actually the service. You need to sell what the client needs. The client needs. One of the need of a woman who want to do her nail is she doesn't like to get wounded by your tools when you treat her. She doesn't like it. So her need is to do that treatment without getting wounded by the nail technician. So the next thing will be the next the next thing the next process will be element of the process will be focusing on lifetime value of one client. For example, you need to know that you need to make the client come back at least 20 times, no, 10 times a year. A woman must come to you 20 times a year to do her nail. 10 times a year. Because if a woman just come one time, right? If you just want a woman who come one time, buy your service, you know that you sell your service, one service of yours is $3,000, which is 3,000 francs CFA, right? 3,000 francs CFA, which is roughly $5. 3,000 francs CFA is roughly $5. So, but the problem is that you paid 2,000 upfront to get her, to get in contact with her. You paid Facebook ad to collect her number and convince her to come and to treat her nail on your nail salon, because you have also competitors. So you paid expensively to get her. So when you sell that service, and then you remove the cost of the marketing cost, you remain with 1,000 francs CFA. So that 1,000 francs CFA must pay your nail technician. You must also pay the bills of your nail salon. It must also pay you. And it's not enough. So you cannot be earning on only one client. You need to earn, you can only earn on minimum only you cannot be earning on only one purchase of this client. That one client must purchase 20 times 10 times minimum, because if she start because the second time that she will come and do her nail to her, on in your salon, the benefit that you will have when you remove the marketing cost will be 3,000, because you will not be paying any marketing cost, because she already know you and she's already in contact with you, and surely she like your service. So when you do the price of your service minus the marketing cost, you you earn actually 3,000 francs CFA, right? So you don't lose any marketing costs on the second time. So it's from the second time, the third time, the times number till the times number 10 that you can actually make a profit over a year on that plan. So you need to know that, and you also need to upsell. You need to also have some upsells. So if you are doing manicure, you can do also hand massage or foot massage or back massage or head massage, or yeah, or what? Yeah, those can be upsells. And those upsell, rather than selling manicure, only manicure, you are stacking services like this: hand massage too, foot massage too, and back massage. So you are actually selling four services at once. Like manicure can be 3,000 franc. Um, um, hand massage can be 2,000 franc. Foot massage can be 2,000 francs too, and back massage can be, let us say, 4,000 francs, right? And at the end of the day, you will be making as a profit, uh, gross profit without marketing cost, uh, 3, 7, 11,000 for for one, uh, for one seat booked, because you need to understand that you have a nail salon that is a physical nail salon. It's not online something. So and you have maximum 20 seats where each clan has like maximum 2 hours there. So if you can combine a stack of services in 2 hours, rather than doing only one service in 1 hour, a stack of four services in 2 hours, you are earning 11,000 rather than earning 3,000, which is three times your cash that day for just 1 hour, one more hour, and it gives you more money in less time. So you need to have that in mind as a business owner. That's how you treat something like a business. And the next thing will be selling courses. You know that if you are in Cameroon, for example, if you are in Cameroon and you are in Cameroon and you know that some people grow above, some women go in France, in UK, in England, from African women go in England and travel there, meet other African women that want nails to be done. And you can start training African women who want to travel abroad to know how to do how to be a nail tech, how to be a performer nail tech, so that they can go there and start earning extra cash aside their job. Because normally sometimes when you go on UK, you have like three jobs. So if you can have a job that you do at home for other women, you can be earning extra cash, right? So, and then you can also plan to sell your brand. That will be selling your branding. Maybe your nail salon is called nail cloud. So your logo is nail cloud. You can be selling this NC logo to nail tech who want to open independent shops, independent tech tech shop, and they don't have any traffic or any notoriety or in the town. So you sell them your logo, like they use your logo, they get client because you already have a notoriety to be a great nail salon. So when they use your logo, client women would think that you guys are coming from the same place, right? It is the same standard. You are actually selling the standard. So when we start going to nail technician, those nail technician will be doing their nail, and they will pay that technician, and that technician will give you a percentage, like maybe 5% per 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 service done, or a monthly retainer. So you will be just selling your logo as a notoriety logo. So that's the process for a business. That is a process for a business. You see, that is a process for a business. That is a process for a business. 5 elements. That's a process. How many of you think of it as when you guys think of a business? Most of you will think about traffic and sales. Few people, only experimented people, experienced people will think about lifetime value, like the how much a client will worth for you in a year or in 5 years. Normally, clients stay 5 years, between 1 year and 3 years, based on statistic on a nail salon in general before changing town or changing any type of nail salon. 1 to 3 years in average. But how much did you come and did she come and give you as income during that 1 year? Did she come 10 times at least, so that you can make profit over her? So that even if she goes, you have already made profit over her, paid your salary, and you are just reaping the benefit. Are you thinking about that? Are you thinking about training others? Because the training, the course can be also online and physical, giving certification. Are you thinking about selling your logo? So those three parts, most people who do the business don't think about it. That is a high valuable business. That are just process for a business. That's a high valuable for a physical business. That's a high valuable process. So if you can think of this one for a business, you know what? You must also be able to do the same process for trading. You must also be able to do the same process for trading, the trading process. It's only when you have the trading process that you can literally know if you are ready to consistently daily make cash as a living in trading. For a living in trading, not as a living, for a living in trading. And the process for trading is, first of all, you need to master basics. No basics, not even master basics. No basics, no candles, no Ishimoku lines, no basics, no pips, no the lot. I think I did. No, not that I think. I already did that part on the beginning of the course, right? So you also need to. The next thing that you need to know a strategy. A strategy is something simple that you can actually know in less than 1 week, right? The strategy that I showed you here is called KSB, one Kijun Cross SSB, and a little bit of risk management. Then after that, you need to know analysis. Analysis. You need to know how to analyze. I did it too, right? You need to know how to analyze a market, because you can have a strategy without knowing how to analyze. Strategy is more easy than analyzing. Analyzing need more effort. I think I did the Ishimoku Vegeta analysis in the group, right? During the course. So then the next thing that you will need is you need to read the to read the context of the market. This is different than analysis. This is super different than analysis. Analysis is just looking at the direction, looking at if it is the best moment to implement the strategy. But reading context, that's a big another thing. I started during this course, I started giving you how to read context. And I call it also your read rate. Your read rate. Read rate, right, is because you know that the market has like many type of context: continuity, breakout, continuity of the trend, breakout of a supply zone, breakout of a resistance, break reversal of the trend, ranging market, right? So your read rate is your ability over a scale between 1 and 100 to know the exact context and what will happen during this context. During a breakout, if the price arrive at a zone like this, will you know that the price will break or not? How will you know that the price will break? If it will not break, if it falls down, how do you know that it will fall down till when? That's not analysis. That is reading context. That's the read rate. You need to have that capacity. And with the 14 and with the 14 theory that I will show you in the next video, you will be able to do that at 100% capacity, right? And we are inside the process of doing that, but you're not yet there, right? If you have arrived at this point of the course. And the read rate capacity is for hyper elite traders. That's not for just elite traders who know how to analyze. Elite traders know how to analyze to implement a strategy. But hyper elite traders are different. Why? Because you know that a strategy by its design doesn't win all the time. The percentage of winning of a strategy is between 25% and 70% in live application, not backtest, in live application. Now, you know what? If you say that a winning percentage, a winning statistic is between 25% minimum and maximum 30%, 70%, it means that this strategy lose between 30% and 75% in live trade. That's the range of loss. You see that? That's the range of loss in live trading. 30% to 75%. Will you have the cardio to support the losses? That's sometimes the question. And now, hyper elite traders are trained to read context that avoid them to lose during losing context and make the right decision about the direction. Because the read rate is more about the speed on structure. You know that I've always said that any strategy has this problem that will it be this zone that will hold the price and move it to the upside, or a zone lower than that? If this zone number 1 doesn't hold the price, it means that the speed during this zone will break the zone number 1 and go to the zone number 2 to start moving to the upside. It means that the problem of a strategy, just because a strategy teaches you to have a zone and enter on a zone. But the problem with a strategy, that the losing problem is that the speed on that zone is unknown by the trader who just implement a strategy blindly. You analyze, you identify a zone. Analyzing is just identifying a direction, then a zone, and then you go and enter in that zone as a strategy. If you just do that, yeah, you can actually be profitable with 25%. With 25%, how do I call it? 25% win rate, right? For your strategy. There are people who are very profitable at 25%, but they have a lot of losses, like 30% loss minimum. They have even 70% losses minimum. But there are people who don't like to deal with these losses. So those are hyper elite traders who want to be very, very aware of if the zone number one will hold or not. That's the hyper elite traders. So after that, you the last thing, one of the last thing that you need, not one of the last thing, the last thing that you will need during the process will be the presence. And this presence is not the presence that you wake up in the morning, you don't brush your teeth, you open MetaTrader 4, you hit on the buy button without even looking at the chart. No, it's not the presence. It's not like you wake up, you look at the chart, the price is moving, crossing your zone, you don't take any position, you don't sell, you don't buy, you watch the price go. You are just watching it as if you are watching the girl of your life, the girl of your life passing the street, looking at you. You guys look at each other and you say nothing, like a timid, like a shy person. No, presence is like you master at 100% the real context, how to read the context, and you know where to enter. And when the moment to enter arrive, you enter. You enter. Presence is about entering. It's about combining the reading context ability and the action of execution. It is not just action on one side or no action and just looking at the chart. You read the chart very well, then you start being happy. Yeah, I read it. The price moved the way I wanted. You see, the price moved the way I wanted. It moved to the upside. It broke this one. But bro, did you enter? No, I did not enter. Why did you not enter? I didn't feel like. Bro, come on. You are not present. When you don't enter, you are not present. Or when the price arrive at your take profit, did you take profit? No, I did not take profit. I wanted the price to go further. Bro, you are not present because your risk capacity, your psychology for take profit is not yet present in your mind. Because where you need to take profit, take the profit. Your psychology of take profit is not yet good enough. That's why you are not present. The presence is about mental presence, skill set presence, action presence, physiological presence. Your eyes must be open. Even if you are tired, like for example, at midday, at 2 p.m., there are people, they are like grown men, 30 year plus, or people who work a lot, that like to sleep at 2 p.m. because they are tired. They are tired. Even if you are tired and if your setup is at 2 p.m., go and enter your setup at 2 p.m. Even if you are tired, nigga. If your setup is at 11 p.m., go and enter in your setup on Bitcoin at 11 p.m. It's about you making to the 1 million ultimate goal of a trader. $1 million for a 9 to 5 person is a goal. A 9 to 5 person is a goal, or a freelancer or an entrepreneur who have never made it. Or even if you have made it on another business, making it again on trading is a goal, right? Is your first goal, first or ultimate goal. Then after that, you can make the 50 million and the rest, but it's your ultimate goal. So you need to be present at any hour of the time, because if your setup is already present, you cannot say that you are sleeping. You cannot say that you are sleeping. Even if at that time you are in church, you are a pastor. You are a pastor at 6 p.m. You are doing some pastor teaching. At 6 p.m. You can just tell your disciple that, please guys, I need to go to the toilet, or I need to go to the back room. Jesus is calling me there. And then at 5:45, you go there, you wait your setup at 6 p.m., you enter at your setup at 6 p.m., and then you come back to teach, right? Then when your take profit is near to the spot, you go again in the back room. You take the profit because you put some alert, right? Because you want to be present. Presence beats psychology. Presence, everybody on YouTube is just bitching around. What do you call it, guys? Psychology. What do you call psychology? What do we even call psychology? Psychology is just the let me tell you a psychology of fear, fear of entering, anxiety during entry, or anxiety, fear. Is just your spirit behave like that because you are unskilled. Like you didn't reach yet the stage of reading context. You are so unskilled. It's like somebody take a car and say that you want to go to drive in the highway. You know the skill that it is needed for you to go in the highway at 100 kilometers per hour. It's not the same skill that you drive in town with. Let me tell you, it's not the same skill. And you need to make sure your car is prepared for that, to check the wheels, to check the oil, to check the doors, to check everything. But if your car is broken, the wheels have issues, the doors have issue, your oil is dry, how will you not be afraid during the highway speed? Why you will be on the highway speeding? You will be afraid to make an accident. You'll be scared. You'll be anxious. You'll be worried for yourself, for your family, for anything. You cannot be driving while you are drunk. No. Psychology is just the end result of your unskillness or your skill. So presence beats psychology all day. Presence is all right. You are already skillful. Now you take action based on your skill set. Now those actions happen now in different time during the day. Since those actions happen in different time during the day, you need to be present during those time. And sometimes you don't know the exact time. So you need to be present. So that's why presence beats psychology. All day, presence beats psychology. Psychology is just a representation of your skill set. It's not about emotion. What do you call even emotion? So you think that if your wheel is broken, your door is broken, and your oil in your car is dry, and you start speeding on the highway, you will not be having emotion of worriness. You will not be anxious. All of those emotions will not appear in your body. You will not feel it. You will feel all of those bad feelings because your car is broken. Your car is broken. You have a broken car. It's the same thing in trading. You cannot have a broken context reading and say that you want to be confident, you want to be disciplined. Discipline will not come from brokenness, from brokenness. Discipline will not come from brokenness. Discipline come after skill is already acquired. The discipline that you need now is the discipline of learning and mastering the read rate ability. This is the most important thing in trading. It's not your strategy, it's your read rate. The next important thing is your presence. You should not miss setups. You miss setups because you know that you are not able to read the context of the market. You are not sure about your zones. You are fearing that your zone will be broken to the downside and you hit the stop loss because your read rate of context is so weak. So you need to increase that read rate ability. That's then the process in trading. Do have it before starting to aim to make some million, some thousands, some hundred on thousand of francs CFA there. Do you have it? When you have it, then you can treat this motherfucking trading like a fucking business. If you can't, please, if you can't have this process already fully mastered, stop thinking about treating trading like a business. The place where you start treating trading like a business is when you are present, and you have read rate at 100% on all situations. You master it. That's my goal, to give you all of this read rate. That's the process in trading. So if you see the vision, so that was the vision of the process, by the way. That's the vision of the process, by the way. The process These are the action that I do live. The process is something that you do live. It's not something that you will see me writing on the chat like this, and then you will think that it is enough. It's not enough to write on the chat like this. It's not enough. It's not enough to write on a paper. You need to have it live. Presence is a live presence. It's not something, even relay is a relay live, a live relay. It's not something that you start doing and then you don't take no action. My process beats result. My actions are above what I see. So you know that when everyone of us started to join trading, we were all blind by what we see. And what we saw was what? We saw what we saw with our eyes, with our shiny eyes like this, was what? Lifestyle, the lifestyle, right? The cars, the buildings, the cars, the good life, the chill life, and the dollars, the bank account growing. That is what you see. But my nigga, my friend, hmm, my Brazilian friend, my Japanese friend, my white people, you know what? That lifestyle, right, came only because the process exists. The root of a lifestyle and dollar is the process. That's the root. So your process is the root of everything. That's where you take the water out of the soil to feed, to finance your current lifestyle. Okay, it doesn't come out of nowhere. What you see doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from life action. It comes from process. Seize the big opportunity first. Seize the big opportunity first, and in daily, in H4, in daily, and for setup 1, 2, 3. Okay, what I want to tell you is that what do I want to tell you? What I want to tell you is this. First, you need to have a process, right? I gave you the process. Then you need to know that process P is superior to any dollar that you see. It's superior to any result, any outcome result that you see from your guru. Is superior. This process now beat everything. This process beat everything. Secondly, you need to know that as a trader, you need to take bigger setup that has bigger opportunity than taking just small 5 minute setup. Small minute setup will give you small amount of money because not big enough. Let the big opportunity run till Tenkan inverted. Yeah, let the big opportunity run. At a certain point, you should not be too afraid of letting big opportunity run. For example, if you took the entry at the bottom here, brother, just let the big opportunity run. Let this big opportunity run with your money. Why are you afraid? What are you afraid of? You are on NDCs. NDCs rise most of the time. So when it start rising like that, just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go with your money. Let it go with your money. Big opportunity, right? Take the big opportunity. Take the big Take the big opportunity. Think big, right? Let the big opportunity go till Tenkan inverted. Enter at the right time on big opportunity on TS3 or TS4, maximum TS2, right? You need to also time your entry. Your entry must be the earliest possible. If a price was going up like that, rather between entering here and entering at the bottom here, enter at the bottom here because you have a better risk reward that will give you more money. You earn more money in terms of risk reward also, not also in terms of not only in terms of risk per trade, not only in terms of risk per trade. No, risk reward also give you make your risk per trade bigger. Secure quickly, secure quickly the risk on a low time frame in H4 in daily and on a setup. So there is also what security. You know what? You know what I'm saying that in that document is that right? When you are already in a place like this one, when you are already in a place like this one, you see the market move to the upside here. Let us take this uptrend. The market move one time, second time. Then you have the third place here, the third touch of Tenkan here. If you know that you are entering already at the fourth touch, for example, you enter at the fourth touch, brother, when the market move a little bit with your money, start securing, because the riskiest opportunity, right, like the fourth Tenkan touch at this level, it has more risk to make this price go down. So as soon as the price move to the upside, maybe at the middle here, without even breaking the V breaker, go on break even with your stop loss. Think about security. That's how you think like a business. Everything that I'm giving you now is how you think you treat trading like a business. Think about security. Don't just think about only take profit. If you can avoid a loss, it means that you kept your capital. It's also about survival. Not only that, you earn big. When you earn big amount of dollars, right? But when you lose, you lose small. You lose small dollars, and that is what will make you profitable in a business. If you cut your marketing costs, if you cut your costs in a business, you cut the salaries, you reduce the salary mass, you reduce the marketing costs, and you keep earning big. That's the dream state of a business. It's the same thing in trading. Use security. Everything in life needs security. When you cross the road, you need security. Look left, look right before crossing the road. When you drive a car, you need security, a seat belt, and a lot of other things. When you drive a bike, same thing. When you ride a bike, same thing. When you have sexual relationship, you need what? Latex. When you know that this is a risky relationship that I have with this person, and you don't really know, you need latex. Security. Everything in life needs security, right? Everything in life. You know that you were too horny, and then this girl, you don't know her, you don't know where she come from. She's a good girl, but you don't know the past of anybody. Better wear latex. Safe sex is better. So keep wearing latex. So security is also important in trading. So keep making your trade on break even when you are on a set of 4, 5 of Tenkan. Those are riskiest setup for continuity, because those are good setup for reversal. So you risk a reversal to your stop loss. So bring your stop loss to break even quicker. Then low risk 4, 5 go to a high time frame. Okay, this one is not important. So let's look at the next thing. See your trade in 100 trade. Don't see in 100 and not in one. What do I mean by that? I mean that, right? You need to see your trading career in a set of 100 and not in just one. See your trading career in set of 100 trades, not just one trade. You know what? You know what? Let us take an example, right? Let us say that you are selling shoes. You are selling shoes, right? You are selling shoes. The price of one shoes is 25,000 francs CFA. 25,000 francs CFA is roughly $40, right? It's roughly $40. So, and you have a rent to pay. You need to pay rent, and your rent per month is 100,000 francs CFA. 100,000 francs CFA, which is roughly $150 or $180. $180 per month. So if you sell one shoes at 25K for 1 month, can you pay this rent at 25,000? No, right? You cannot. Oh, I didn't want to say 25,000. I wanted to say 2005 and 500. 2,500 is 2000. No, wait. What did I even want to say? Wait, I wanted to say something. Okay, I understand what I wanted to say. I want to say that, right? Um, you sell one shoes at 25,000. When you remove costs, marketing costs, travel, and then everything remains to you. You keep as a profit, as a net profit, right? For one shoes, two 2005, 2,500. So if you sold one shoes, it remains to you 2,500 franc, right? It remains to you 2,000. My eye. Why my eye is spinning? I've stayed too long in front of a chat. My eye is spinning. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus. Even if I don't believe in you, Jesus, I just say your name like that. So, um, so you cannot pay a rent of 2,500. But if you sell 10 shoes, now what do you have? You have, if you sell 10 shoes at 2,500 each and have a profit of a net profit per shoes at 2,500 each, you now have 25,000 francs. But till now, you cannot pay this rent. But now let us say that you sell 20 shoes. Oh my God. You say now 20 shoes. 20 shoes will give you 50K, 50,000 francs. But even till now, you cannot pay this rent. Let us say now you sell 40 shoes. 40, it is from 40 shoes that you can now starting to pay this rent that you can afford. So even in normal business, you need to make 40 action of placing, of selling, selling 40 times before paying your rent, before affording to pay your rent. 40 times. So it's not one shoe that will give you, that will make you, selling one shoe that will make you have an autonomous, independent life. Minimum 40 times to start paying your rent, and you don't eat. So you need to sell even 60 shoe, right? To start eating per month after paying the rent, if you are alone, right? So that I want to tell you something. I want to tell you that it's not about winning one trade. Because you won one trade, you think that you are a shit. You think that you are something. You are one trade of risk reward of 10. No, brother. You need minimum set of 41 trade when we did the risk management to have a $2,500, $2,500 to have an autonomous life. Like you need 41 trade per month, successful 41 trade to start having an autonomous life, right? We did the risk management thing above in previous video. So you cannot be thinking in one trade. So one trade cannot be shattering your life as if you are a kid. Like you just lost one trade, you start crying, you start being depressed, depression. Depression cannot take you. The only reason why depression is taking you emotionally is because in that one trade, right, you risk 50% of your account because you wanted to go quicker. You wanted to grow your account quicker. You were so tense. No, don't do that. If you reach 5% maximum, you will still reach your goal. I've proved you that 5% will still make you reach your goal. And there are then other type of traders that if they are not depressed, they win one trade and they have a big ego. They start smiling, having banana in their face, bragging as if they are something, placing their hand like that, start walking on the hair. Can you test me? I won one trade of a risk reward of 10 and I made $40,000, 4,000 dollars on it. So start respecting me. I'm not nobody. I'm somebody now. No, come on, you are nothing. You have the ego, and the ego is your enemy. Ego is your enemy because you have the syndrome of the main character the main character syndrome. You are not the main character syndrome of nobody life. Nobody cares about you. You are not even a fact. You think you're a shit, but you are not even a fact. A simple fact you are not. You think that who else on earth doesn't have never made $4,000 in one payment? They are rich people, even if they are not rich in trading, they are rich in other businesses. Why are you taking yourself as if you're a shit? You start bragging, you go on social media, you start commenting on YouTube video of newbie traders, start giving their advice, and start bragging, oh, I made this, I made this. No, you are nothing. You are nothing to nobody. Even to your mom, even to your dad, even to your brother. If you start bragging like that, they will hate you. You start having the ego is the receipt of failure. What you need to have, right? You should not be smiling when you win. You should not be depressed when you lose. You should be totally neutral. It does nothing to you. Even if you win 100 trades in a row, right? Even if you win 100 trades in a row, it does nothing to you. Even if you lose 5 trades in a row, it does nothing to you. It is just a statistic. Accept a streak. I wanted to say a streak here. A streak of winning and losing, like a statistic. It's just a statistic. It's just a statistic. One trade win, 1, 2 trade, 4 trade, 5 trade is just a statistic. It's nothing else. And let me tell you about this 100 trade. Why you should think in 100 and not in 1. Think in 100 and not in 1. The reason why you should think in 100 and not in 1 is because 100 trade carries what? The mental load, the psychological load, and the emotional load of what? Of your life circumstances. Will you be able to wake up the next day knowing that last night your wife just started be angry at you and still take the next trade with the best timing? This will, your emotions are already affected by your wife. Your emotions are already affected by your wife. Your emotions are already affected by your kid who just got beaten up on in school. Your emotions are already affected by the fact that your parents are shouting on you, telling you that you are a loser. You are experiencing the ritual of humiliation at home by your parent, by your brother and sister. You feel alone. So one that trade, maybe on the first trade, you have the mental power. The second trade, you have the mental power. But from the third trade, you start being tested by your own fears, by your own emotion, by your feeling of loneliness, by your hopeless, by the feeling of tiredness. Because let us say you went to your 9 to 5 job, or you are a freelancer, you have no client, you didn't receive your pay, and you are emotionally drained, you're emotionally down, you don't know what to eat, you are worried about the worriness of the future is inside your mental, your psychological. So 100 trade is about 3.5 months. So will you be able to carry the load of psychological mental warfare where your social life is maybe broken? Maybe you cheated on your wife or your girlfriend. They cuff you. Everybody around you, your reputation is broken around you. You are a cheater. Or you cheated on your husband with your colleague. You are afraid that he knows that, and he discover and he deliver you a divorce paper at your door by DHL, and you're afraid of losing your whole marriage. But you still need to trade this 100 trade, one trade a day for 3 months, 100 times. Will you have the mental strength to do that? So it's not about saying that, oh, you need to think trading like a business, think trading like a business. You know what it costs to think trading like a business, nigga? Do you have that strength to take 100 trades in a row every day and winning them? And even if you lose 4 trades in a row like this, you don't get depressed, because sometimes when you get depressed, what do you do? You increase your risk. You quit from 5% risk to 30% risk, even if you don't know. Rather than putting a lot of 0.9 lot, you start putting a lot of 2.5 in one trade, because you are depressed and demoralized, right? So what you need to do is to have a vision board. Have a vision board when you observe this 100 trade in a row, right? So I was just saying that take a vision board, and you need to envision in your imagination. Close your eyes. Take a vision board in your imagination. Close your eyes. And imagine you winning 5 trades in a row, then losing 2 trades, then winning 5 trades. Imagine the losses and the win, and imagine yourself staying neutral over it. And while you are imagining that, right, imagine the worst circumstances in your life. Somebody announcing you death in your family, an accident, a surprising event, a bad surprising event, for example, cheating, uh, 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 your daughter just got pregnant, or your son got pregnant, the neighbor daughter, or his classmate, girlfriend, something like that, and you didn't like it, or you realize that the pastor is fucking your wife, or your wife your husband is fucking the pastor wife, something like that, something crazy like that, or or your wife is talking something bad about you to or cheating with your best friend, something like that, something crazy. And also imagine you during very good circumstances in life, because I'm talking about bad circumstances now, but let us talk about good circumstances. Don't think don't think that only bad circumstances affect your mental, your psychological, and your emotion. No, even great circumstances in life affect your mental, because good circumstances in life increase your ego, and the ego will make you reach so high. You will think that you are a shit. Meanwhile, you are not even a lame fat. Let us say, for example, that you just got your PhD degree, right? You just got your PhD degree, or you got your master degree, or you just won a school exam, and you are the first in your class. You are the best student, and everybody in your family is happy. Or it is your son that won it, and you want to offer him the best life in trading. So your emotions are high at its peak, right? Your emotions are high at its peak, and you think that everything in your life will be always good, and you then forget to compute the lot very well. Rather than putting 0.7, you go and put 2.7 because you mistyped, because you are too drunk by the good emotion. That also blur your vision. You need to be aware of that. I'm not just talking about bad events. Bad events are not the only thing in life that happen. A lot of good events happen between bad events, right? But let me tell you, in trading, right, good event also affect your risk management, affect the way you read the chart. When you start thinking that you are arrived in life and you stop learning, you will fail. You will eat your stop losses. So imagine yourself being neutral. Imagine the bad event and be neutral. Imagine a good event and be neutral when you start trading. You need to stay cold. That is then the vision of the process in trading. You need to see it. That's a huge element of hyper elite trader. You think that people like hedge fund traders, hedge fund traders who trade like 2 billion, 2 billion capital in one position. Let us say, for example, you are an hedge fund trader, you trade 2 billion in one position, $2 billion in one position, right? And then a client who invested 70 million in the fund calls and tell you that his daughter is in the hospital and she needs a quick treatment. She just made an accident and they require that 70 million to save her life. And that position is now on a chart now running. You just invested it and the client call you. Will you be able to handle the stress, the anxiety of this type of call where you need to take a decision of closing the trade, giving back the money, or what do you do? What do you tell the client at that time? What do you tell the client when you take the phone? Do you take sorry? Do you say him sorry? Sorry for we do what for his daughter when you have his 70 million. So you need to think about stressful thing in life and good thing in life. And know that what will serve you will be your neutral emotion. By the way, the biggest presence, the best presence for a trader is neutrality. Is a neutrality. Be neutral. Don't be shaken out by bad or good thing. Those are just fluctuating event, fluctuating emotion. Be neutral as much as you can. But somebody cannot be neutral if he is weak. Oh, if you are weak, you cannot be neutral, nigga. You cannot be neutral. If you have no skills, you cannot be neutral. If you don't know how to read, you don't know how to read context. You cannot be neutral. If your read rate, your RR, your read rate is weak, is less than 3. Rather to be 100 to be very good for you to be neutral, you are less than 3. You will fail. You will fail. Neutrality comes because you are mechanically good, mechanically well trained. That's why players like Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, LeBron James, Stephen Curry are very good. Neymar, Ronaldinho, they are very good because they are mechanically strong, so that they don't have too much emotional impact. You cannot shake them very well all the time. You cannot shake them like crazy. They have. It's not about having confidence in their skill. They know they have skills. It's not no more about the confidence. When you forget about your confidence and you deal with your skill like a natural something, that's the highest form of confidence. So emotion cannot shake you. Emotion cannot shake you. That's why they want everything in their game, in their era, during their prime. So that's what you need to how you need to be. That's what you need to become. So let's go to the next position. Let's go to the next and open a position.